What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Science Popcorn. Today we're diving into a topic that's incredibly important for every single one of us: listening to our bodies. Think about it. Your body is constantly communicating with you. It sends you little signals, nudges, and sometimes full-blown alarms when something isn't right. But in our busy, fast-paced lives, it's so easy to ignore these signs, to just power through and hope they go away. We tell ourselves, "I'm just tired," or "it's just stress." But what if it's more than that? What if your body is trying to tell you something crucial about your health? Paying attention to these signals isn't about being a hypochondriac. It's about being proactive. It's about being an advocate for your own well-being. Your body is the only one you've got, so understanding its language is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. It can be the difference between catching a potential health issue early and dealing with a much bigger problem down the line. It's about tuning in, not tuning out. So, in this video, we're going to break it all down. We're going to explore 10 warning signs your body might be unhealthy. These are common signals that people often dismiss, but they can be your body's way of waving a red flag and saying, "Hey, I need some help over here." My goal is to empower you with knowledge so you can take better care of yourself. So grab a glass of water, get comfortable, and let's learn how to become better listeners to the most important voice in our lives, our own bodies. First up on our list is something many of us know all too well: persistent fatigue. I'm not talking about feeling a little sleepy after a long day or a poor night's sleep. That's normal. I'm talking about a deep, bone-crushing exhaustion that doesn't go away even after you've rested. It's that feeling of waking up just as tired as when you went to bed. This kind of unrelenting fatigue can be a sign that your body is working overtime to fight something off, or that it's not getting the resources it needs to function properly. It's a low-fuel warning light on your personal dashboard. This could be linked to a whole range of underlying issues. We could be looking at nutritional deficiencies like low iron or vitamin B12, which are crucial for energy production. It could be a sign of a hormonal imbalance, such as an underactive thyroid, where your body's metabolism slows right down. It might also point to chronic infections, sleep apnea, where you're not getting restorative sleep, or even mental health conditions like depression, which can have a profound physical impact. So if you feel like you're constantly running on empty, don't just reach for another cup of coffee. It's a signal to investigate what's really draining your battery. Next, let's talk about what the scale is telling you. If you notice a significant change in your weight, either gaining or losing, and you haven't made any major changes to your diet or exercise routine, your body is sending a very clear signal. For instance, unexplained weight loss can sound appealing to some, but it can be a serious red flag. It might indicate that your body isn't absorbing nutrients properly, which could be due to digestive issues like celiac disease or Crohn's disease. It can also be a symptom of an overactive thyroid, which revs up your metabolism, or more serious conditions like diabetes or even cancer. On the flip side, sudden and unintentional weight gain can also be a cause for concern. This could be a sign of fluid retention, which might be linked to kidney or heart problems. It could also point to hormonal shifts, like those associated with an underactive thyroid, hypothyroidism, or polycystic ovary syndrome. The key here is the word unexplained. Your weight will naturally fluctuate a little, but a consistent, significant change without a clear reason is your body's way of telling you that its internal balance is off. It's a sign that warrants a closer look with a healthcare professional. Let's move on to number 3, frequent headaches. A headache every now and then is something most of us experience. But if you find yourself reaching for pain relievers several times a week, or if your headaches are becoming more severe or changing in pattern, that's a different story. It's a sign that you shouldn't just push through. The most common culprit is often simple dehydration. Many of us don't drink enough water, and our brain is one of the first places to feel it. Chronic stress and tension are also huge contributors, leading to those classic tension headaches that feel like a tight band around your head. But frequent headaches can also signal deeper issues. They could be related to high blood pressure, which puts strain on the blood vessels in your brain. They might be a symptom of poor sleep quality or sleep apnea, where a lack of oxygen during the night can trigger morning headaches. In some cases, a new or persistent headache could even be a sign of something more serious, like a neurological issue. So instead of just masking the pain, think of a recurring headache as a check engine light. It's time to figure out the root cause, whether that means drinking more water, managing stress, or getting a thorough medical checkup. Our fourth sign takes us to the core of our body, the digestive system. Ongoing digestive issues like bloating, gas, constipation, diarrhea, or heartburn are incredibly common, so people often normalize them. They'll say, "Oh, I just have a sensitive stomach." But your gut is central to your overall health, and persistent problems are a clear sign that something is amiss. Constant bloating after meals could indicate a food intolerance like lactose or gluten, or an imbalance in your gut bacteria, a condition known as dysbiosis. It's your gut telling you it's struggling to process what you're putting in. Similarly, chronic constipation or diarrhea points to a problem with motility, the movement of food through your system. This could be caused by a low-fiber diet, dehydration, or stress, but it can also be a symptom of conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, or IBS, or inflammatory bowel disease, or IBD. These aren't just minor inconveniences. They can affect your body's ability to absorb nutrients and eliminate waste efficiently. Your gut is often called your second brain for a reason. If it's consistently unhappy, it's sending a powerful message that you need to listen to and investigate further. Number 5 is all about our body's largest organ, our skin. Your skin is like a window to your internal health. When things are out of balance on the inside, it often shows up on the outside. So if you're suddenly dealing with persistent acne, rashes, eczema flare-ups, or unusual dryness, don't just focus on topical creams. These can be external manifestations of internal issues. For example, adult acne, especially around the jawline, can be linked to hormonal imbalances or even digestive problems. Your skin is trying to tell you that there's inflammation or a hormonal fluctuation happening inside. Other changes are also important to watch. A yellowish tint to the skin or eyes, known as jaundice, can indicate liver problems. New or changing moles need to be checked by a dermatologist to rule out skin cancer. Even a persistent rash could be an allergic reaction or a sign of an autoimmune condition. Your skin is a dynamic organ that reflects your diet, your stress levels, and the health of your internal systems. So when it starts acting up consistently, it's not just a cosmetic issue. It's a health signal that deserves your full attention. This next one, number 6, is a sign you should never ignore: shortness of breath. Feeling winded after climbing several flights of stairs or a strenuous workout is one thing, but feeling breathless after minimal exertion, like walking to your car or even when you're at rest, is a major red flag. This sensation, medically known as dyspnea, means your body is struggling to get enough oxygen. It's a primary alert system for two of your most vital systems, your cardiovascular system and your respiratory system. Your body is essentially saying, "Emergency, low oxygen levels detected." This could be a sign of a lung issue, such as asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease or COPD, or even a pulmonary embolism, which is a blood clot in the lungs. It's also a classic symptom of heart problems. When your heart isn't pumping efficiently, fluid can back up into the lungs, making it difficult to breathe. This can be a sign of heart failure or coronary artery disease. Because the potential causes are so serious and time-sensitive, unexplained shortness of breath isn't something to wait on. It requires immediate medical evaluation to figure out what your heart and lungs are trying to tell you. At number 7, we have something that can be very distressing: significant hair loss. It's actually normal to shed about 50 to 100 hairs a day. You'll probably see them on your brush or in the shower drain, but if you're noticing clumps of hair falling out, or if your part is widening, or you're seeing bald patches, your body is likely signaling an internal imbalance. This isn't just about vanity. Your hair growth cycle is really sensitive to your overall health, and disruptions can be an early indicator that something is wrong. It's a visible sign of an invisible problem. One of the most common culprits is a nutritional deficiency. Your hair follicles need nutrients like iron, zinc, and protein to thrive, and if you're not getting enough, hair growth can be one of the first things your body sacrifices. Hormonal changes are another major factor. Thyroid disorders, both overactive and underactive, can cause hair to thin. It can also be a sign of high levels of stress, which can push hair follicles into a resting phase, leading to noticeable shedding a few months later. So if your hair is thinning dramatically, it's a prompt to look deeper at your diet, stress levels, and hormonal health. Coming in at number 8 is a signal that's honestly impossible to ignore, yet so many people still try to: persistent pain. I'm talking about any kind of pain in your joints, your muscles, your back, that just sticks around for weeks or even months. Acute pain is actually a useful signal. It tells you that you've touched a hot stove or twisted your ankle, you know? But chronic pain is totally different. It's a signal that's basically stuck in the on position. It means there's ongoing inflammation, damage, or dysfunction that your body just hasn't been able to resolve on its own. It's like this constant draining alarm bell. This kind of persistent pain could be a sign of an inflammatory condition like arthritis, which causes joint pain and stiffness. It could also be fibromyalgia, a condition that's characterized by widespread musculoskeletal pain, along with fatigue and sleep issues. Unexplained muscle aches could even be a side effect of certain medications or a symptom of a vitamin D deficiency. The key here is not to just numb it with painkillers and carry on. That's like hitting snooze on an alarm that's warning you of a fire. Persistent pain is a complex signal that really warrants a proper diagnosis to address the root cause of the inflammation or dysfunction. A sudden, significant change in how hungry you feel can actually be a subtle but important clue about your health. If you suddenly lose your appetite and the thought of food is just unappealing for days on end, it's definitely worth paying attention to. This can be an early symptom of a whole bunch of different conditions. Your body might be diverting its energy to fight off an infection, or it could be a sign of a liver or kidney issue. Mental health also plays a huge role. Depression and anxiety can often suppress appetite significantly. Your body is basically putting eating on the back burner to deal with a more pressing issue. Conversely, a sudden and insatiable increase in appetite, especially if it's not linked to increased physical activity, can also be a red flag. This could be a sign of a hormonal imbalance, like an overactive thyroid, hyperthyroidism, which just speeds up your metabolism and makes you feel constantly hungry. It's also a classic sign of unstable blood sugar levels, which can be seen in conditions like diabetes. Your body is craving energy because it's not able to use the glucose in your blood effectively. So, whether you've lost your desire to eat or you just can't seem to get full, a major shift in appetite is definitely a signal that your body's metabolic or emotional equilibrium is off. And finally, number 10, trouble sleeping. If you consistently struggle to fall asleep, stay asleep, or you wake up feeling totally unrefreshed, this is more than just a frustrating experience. It's actually a powerful sign that your health is being compromised. Sleep is not a luxury. It's a fundamental biological process that's absolutely critical for repairing your body, consolidating memories, and regulating everything from your hormones to your immune system. Chronic poor sleep, whether it's insomnia or just low-quality rest, throws all of these processes into total disarray. It's like trying to run a city without ever letting the maintenance crews do their work. The reasons for poor sleep are vast. It can be caused by stress and anxiety, where your mind just won't shut off. It could be due to a condition like sleep apnea, where you repeatedly stop breathing throughout the night, leading to fragmented, non-restorative sleep. It can also be linked to hormonal changes, chronic pain, or even what you're eating and drinking too close to bedtime. The bottom line is that good health is built on a foundation of good sleep. If that foundation is cracking, it's a sign that your overall health is at risk, and it's crucial to figure out why you're not getting the rest you need. So there you have it, 10 important warning signs that your body might be asking for help. We've covered everything from fatigue and weight changes to skin problems and poor sleep. The main takeaway here is not to panic if you recognize one of these signs in yourself. Many of them can have simple, benign explanations. The goal of this video is really to raise your awareness, to help you tune into your body's signals instead of just tuning them out. Your body has an incredible innate wisdom, and these signs are its primary way of communicating a potential problem to you. Remember, this video is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. If any of these signs are persistent, severe, or just feel wrong to you, please make an appointment to see a healthcare professional. A doctor can run the necessary tests, ask the right questions, and help you get to the bottom of what's going on. Don't ever feel like you're bothering them. It's their job to help you, and catching things early almost always leads to better outcomes. Be your own best health advocate. Thank you so much for watching and for investing this time in your well-being. Taking care of your health is a continuous journey, not a destination. It's about making small, mindful choices every single day. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone you care about. And don't forget to subscribe to Science Popcorn for more content to help you live a healthier, more informed life. Stay safe, be well, and I'll see you in the next video.